Hi, everybody, and welcome to Play and Learn at Home with UBC Camps. My name is Kiana, and today we are going to be doing some storytelling yoga. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know of a couple things. Um, First of all, we need everyone to make sure that their videos and their volume is off for today's session. Um, so that way you'll only be able to see me, and it makes sure that you'll also be able to hear me really well. With that being said, if you have any questions, need me to slow down, need me to repeat something, you can send in your questions to one of our moderators and they'll be able to pass those on to me. When you're using that chat function, or if you need a parent's help to use chat function, that's totally fine. Just please make sure that you're using camp appropriate language. Other than that, for today's session, you don't really need a lot. If you have a yoga mat or a towel, that's great. I don't have a yoga mat with me, so I'm just going to be using this carpeted floor, which is totally fine. I'd say it's important to make sure that you don't have any slippery shoes. So if you're on hardwood, it might be better to take off socks. But again, that's totally up to you. The only real things that you're going to need today is some space to be able to move around in, and maybe a water bottle if you're worried about getting too hot or thirsty. So with all that being said, we can start on our session. So for today's session, we're going to be doing some yoga. And you might be asking, well, what is yoga? I've never done that before. And that's a great question. So yoga is a type of exercise that is kind of like what you do when you're exercising. It's an exercise where you're not only exercising your body, but you also exercise your mind and your breathing. And so not only is it able to make us stronger and more flexible, but it also helps us work on being able to calm our minds and feel relaxed, which can be really important when we're dealing with stressful situations. So for today, I'm going to start off by teaching you guys some basic yoga moves, and then we're going to bring those into a story. And then after we do that, we are going to we're going to work on some breathing techniques that you'll be able to use if you're out somewhere and maybe you aren't able to do all of the yoga you've learned today, but you'll be able to pull up a couple of those breathing techniques to help you calm down in a stressful situation. So with that all being said, we are ready to start. I'm going to set myself up here and move away from this screen. Perfect. As you can see, I've got my little yoga space here. Perfect. And we're going to get right into it. So I've got space. You need about this much. So if you move around like this, you don't hit anything around you. So what we're going to start with is a really basic yoga pose, and it is called sun salutation, which basically means saying hello to the sun. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start like this by pressing your palms together. And it doesn't have to be hard, just having them touch, like you're giving someone a high five. So you're going to start like this, and then you're going to do a big circle with your arms. And while you're doing that, you're going to breathe in. So we're going to go around and breathe in, just like we're giving a big wave to the sun. And then we're going to put our hands together at the top again and breathe out. And we're going to do that again. So our hands are together. And then we're going to go all the way around, waving hello to the sun, breathing in. Hands together at the top and breathing out. And one more time. So this is called the sun salutation. So we're going to go around with a big wave and pulling down as we breathe out. So there you go. As easy as that, you know your first move. I'm just going to push my screen back a tiny bit. Perfect. So now we know that that's our first move, and it's really easy, just starting with our hands together. So since we're already in this position with our hands together, we can learn another position, which is called the tree pose. And the tree pose is pretty much the same as the last one, only instead you're going to stand on one foot. So you're going to put your foot on the side of your leg like this, and just again hold your palms together like you're giving someone a high five. Now, if you're struggling to balance, you can look at the wall or on the ground and try and find a spot that's staying still that you can look at. So for me, I'm going to look at my computer screen, but for you, you could look at maybe a light switch or a lamp or just something that's staying still. And if you fall, that's okay. Just take a second to collect yourself. Once you feel comfortable standing like this, you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now, that might be kind of hard for you to do with your eyes closed, and that's okay. You might just need to keep them open at first. And then we can try it on the other leg. So I'm going to put my other leg up, and kind of in this tree pose, I almost look like a flamingo with their legs bent, kind of making a four with my legs. And then again, I'm going to put my palms together and breathe in and breathe out. Perfect. The next pose I'm going to teach you is called a warrior pose. Now, warriors are strong and they're steady, and that's kind of what this pose is about. So I'm going to start by positioning my legs. So my one leg is going to go forward and it's going to be a little bit bent, just like that. And my back leg is going to be facing the same direction but straight. So I'm going to bend my front leg and put my second leg back straight. And now for the warrior pose, you can put your arms out like this, just to your sides, making a T with your body, and then switching them open like this. Awesome. Can you guys think of any famous warriors you might know? When I think of warriors, the first one that comes to mind is Mulan. She's a really famous warrior from the Disney movies. Do you guys know who Mulan is? Awesome. And now we're going to bring it back. And then we'll do it again the other side. So again, my front leg, I'm going to put forward bent. My back leg, I'll put behind me straight. And what's really important here is that our toes are facing the same direction. So our toes are like the arrows pointing forward. Then we're going to put our arm out like a T and open up into our warrior pose. And if you're finding like that's really easy, we can add in a step. So now we're going to be a stretching warrior. So what that means is we're going to put our bottom hand, our hand facing forward, down so that it touches the inside of our foot, and our top hand forward. And you can give me a wave. Can you wave at me? Awesome. Now let's go back and do that one more time. So we're going to start in our T. Perfect. Face the screen. Now I'm going to go down, touch the inside of my foot, and give a wave to the screen. You guys look awesome. So those are some really basic yoga techniques. Now we are going to learn a couple animal techniques because I love animals and they're going to incorporate really well into our story a little later on. So our first animal is a bird. What kind of birds do you guys like? Or what kind of birds might live around you? I heard someone say seagull, which is super cool. I live in Vancouver, and so I like to go down to Granville Island, which is kind of by the beach, and look at all the seagulls. But sometimes, if you're not careful, they try and steal your food. They're kind of silly. All right, so let's be a bird. So I'm going to start by kind of angling my body. You don't have to, it just makes it easier for me to show you guys what I'm doing. Then I'm going to choose one leg to stand on. So I'm going to stand on my left leg. And from there, I'm going to put my other leg back until I'm stable and put my arms out, or you can put them behind you, whatever you like. So this is called a bird pose. That's awesome. Let's do that again on the other side. So I don't know about you guys, but I really like birds. We're going to put our one plant leg out our second back, and go into bird pose. I was visiting my grandparents last summer, and I found that they had a robin's nest in their backyard. Perfect. I don't know if you've ever seen a robin's nest, but they are super cool and they have these really bright blue eggs. And I got to see these little babies hatch out, which I thought was super neat. Speaking of baby birds, that's the next pose we're going to do. Baby birds kind of just sit in the nest like this, all cross-legged, and they stick their necks up waiting for their parents to feed them food. So let's do that. Can you pretend to be a baby bird with me? So sitting on the ground cross-legged, put your neck up really high as you can, and just rest your palms on your knees. Perfect. You guys look just like the baby birds I saw in the nest last summer. That's so cool. Okay, so the next animal we're going to do is called a cow. And so what that is you go like this, you sit up, and then you make your body into a table like this. And so once your body's in a table, you want to arch your back down so that the back goes like this. Perfect. And then the second move you can do from that, you can go down to a cow and you can arch your back up like a cat. Do you guys ever see any mean cats around Halloween? The kind of black ones in storybooks that arch their back up? That's just right, like that. And so we're gonna go down to a cow and then push up to a cat with a curve. Awesome. And then the last animal that I'm gonna show you for now is called a frog. And so have you guys ever seen frogs, or maybe you've played the game Leapfrog in gym class? So we're gonna start in kind of an open squat like this, and the frog position is just like this, where we're opening up our legs and touching our hands to the ground. Awesome, that looks great. So let's try that again. We're gonna be standing up. You can shake out your legs a little bit. Now we're gonna put our legs out and bend down into a squat and touch our legs or our hands to the ground. Amazing, that's really awesome. So now that we've learned a couple of yoga poses, let's get into a story. So we're going to start our story in a pose called the corpse pose, which is literally just lying down on the ground like this. Isn't that cool? Literally lying down like this is part of yoga. So we're going to start our story by being asleep. And we wake up. And as we're in our corpse pose, I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Ready? Breathe in and out. And in and out. And one last time, breathe in and out. Great, you guys. Now we're going to get up and stand up. And yoga's all about stretching. So what are we going to do first? Well, when I wake up in the morning, I like to wake up and say hello. Usually I say hello to my mom or dad first, but today I'm going to say hello to the sun. So do you guys remember our sun salutation? We're all going to start by doing that together. So put your hands together like this, and we're going to say, hello, Mr. Sun. Hello, sun. And down again, putting our arms down. And the sun wasn't looking at us that time, so let's do it one more time. So we're going to say a big hello. Hello, sun. And putting our hands together and breathing out. Awesome. And now that we've said hello to the sun, let's start to go on a bit of a walk and enjoy our morning. I told you guys already that I live in Vancouver. I mean, a big part of living in Vancouver means that there's always a lot of rain around. So when I wake up in the morning, a lot of the time I hear rain. So we can go into something called rain pose. And so falling rain kind of looks like this. We're just falling like this, like we're rain. So bend over and you can kind of pretend like your arms are the rain and your fingers are the raindrops hitting the floor. Just like that. You can kind of hear it. Perfect. And we're going to be rain for 10 seconds. Ready? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Awesome rain, you guys. So now we've seen rain and sun. And you know what usually comes after rain and sun together? Did someone say rainbow? You got it. And so next we're going to go into our rainbow pose. And so we've been out and we've been saying hi to the sun and the rain. And now for our rainbow pose, we're going to get onto our knees and we're going to do a big arc with our hand like a rainbow. Awesome. Now let's do it the other side. So start like this, and then we're going to do a big arc to make our rainbow. Perfect. Now let's try that again with some deep breathing. So I want you to take a deep breath in and out. Now we're going to do a deep breath in and we're going to put our arm up. And a deep breath out as we put it down. And now we're going to do the same on this side. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Awesome. Wow, what a beautiful day. There's been so many different types of weather outside. Now we can go and we can go on an adventure. Since it's springtime, my favorite thing to do as an adventure is to go and to look at animals. So I thought we could go to a petting zoo. So why don't we go to a petting zoo? Let's walk there together. Just take some big walks and think about the things that you like to see. Has anyone ever been to a petting zoo before? You have? What did you see while you were there? Oh my goodness, did someone say a baby duck? Those are so cute. Maybe we'll see some today. Perfect. So now that we're at our farm, we can look around and see all types of animals. The first animal I see, funnily enough, isn't even an animal from the zoo, but it's a bird flying high through the sky. So do you guys want to pretend like you're birds with me? Be a bird, and we did that with our plant leg forward and our other leg back, and we're being birds soaring through the sky. And you can look down and see all the people waving. You must be a very friendly bird. And then there's a second bird with you. So can we do that bird pose one more time? So we're front foot planted, and then we're gonna put a second foot back as a bird flying through the sky. Awesome. And now we're back on the ground and we're looking around at all the different animals you see. What kind of animals do you guys see? Did you say that you saw a cat that got stuck in the pen with all of the cows? Oh dear. It's probably kind of scared because cows are so big. But let's practice being those cats and cows. So we're going to start again in our neutral table position with our back flat. And then we're going to go up into the cat like that. Arch your back. And then down, down, down into the curved cow. Are we going to do that again one more time? So you're going to arch your back as the cow, as the cat, and then come down as the cow. Awesome. Good job, everybody. And so now we are going to go back to our house, but we're going to pretend to be frogs as we go back because it's been raining and that's when frogs come out. So, again, how you do that one is you start standing up. We're going to put our feet next to us like this, straight forward. We're going to bend down and then we're going to put our arms out, pretending to be frogs. And we could sway a little bit back and forth, just like frogs playing in the mud. Awesome. That was such a cool adventure at the farm. We saw so many different animals, and now we can walk back to our house. Perfect. Walking, walking, and thinking about all the awesome stuff we did today and all the cool things we can do tomorrow. Amazing. And now to wind down from our day, I want you guys to think about all the cool things you did and how strong you were in doing all those things. And so before we end, we're going to go into a warrior's pose. And so, one more time, we're going to put one foot forward, the second foot back, both pointing in the same direction, and put our arms out like a T. Now I want you to face the screen and wave hello to all of the warriors that were on our adventure with us. Amazing. Let's do that one more time, the other side. So I'm going to put one foot forward, one foot back, bend the front leg, and go into my T. Open up to the camera, and then go down and wave hello. Amazing. That was such an awesome session of some yoga. And so, like I said before, yoga is really cool because it allows us to work not only on strengthening our body, but also on our breathing and calming our mind, which is really important. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can get really stressed either at work or at school or just doing activities in general. And so having some ways to calm myself down is really helpful. But I understand that you can't always just break into warrior's pose in the middle of your classroom. So before we end, I want to give you guys a couple breathing techniques you can use to calm down wherever you are. So our first breathing technique is called the hot air balloon. And so what I want you to do is to start by breathing all of your air out. And now take a great big breath in, like you're getting ready to blow up a balloon. Ready? And now we're gonna put our hands in front of our mouth like we have a balloon to blow up. Ready? And we're gonna take a deep breath in and then blow out. And blow out into your balloon. Ready? Awesome. And your balloon got really big, but let's see if we can get it even bigger. Ready? So a deep breath in and then blow out as hard as you can. Amazing. And now you've got this really big balloon. You can let it go and just sway back and forth, taking deep breaths as you watch your balloon float away. Awesome. And let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in and then blow out into your balloon. It's going to start really small and blow. And one more time, deep breath in and blow out to your balloon. And now that you've got this big balloon, you can let it go and watch it float up into the sky. Amazing. I'm starting to feel a little bit more calm, but I wanted to show you guys one more breathing technique. This one I think is really fun. I call it the fire breathing dragon. And that's because we're gonna kind of look like we're a dragon in this. So you're gonna start by interlacing your fingers like this. So we're gonna put them together and put them under our chins like this. And then you're gonna see your arms are down low, but we'll move them a bit. And those are gonna be like the dragon's wings. And so for this, what we're gonna do is as the dragon, we're going to inhale and raise our wings like we're starting to fly. Ready? So breathe in and raise your wings all the way up. And then the dragon is going to blow fire all over. And so as you blow out, your wings are going to go down. Ready? Awesome. And we want to try and breathe in and breathe out for as long as we can. So I'm going to breathe in with my nose this time, really long. Let's try and breathe in for 4 seconds. Ready? And breathe out. Awesome. And one more breathing dragon. Ready? Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome. Good work, everybody. So, those were some breathing techniques that you can use to kind of help you calm down wherever you are. So, even if you're not able to do yoga um, outright, you can kind of just do something a bit more calm to help you relax. So, now I want to tell you guys a little bit about the different sessions coming up. I hope you had so much fun today, and maybe you'll be inspired to try out some new activities to get yourselves moving and stretched, or even calm down at the end of the day. So these UBC Play and Learn sessions happen every single day. The next one is happening tomorrow, May 28th, and it's happening from 3:30 to 4 p.m. And it's going to be building mason bee cottages with the UBC farm, which is really cool. And you'll get to learn about bees and building them really cute little homes to live in. So that seems really awesome. And I can't wait to check it out. If you guys had fun today, I would love to see and hear about your experiences. And you can do that by tagging at UBC Camps on Instagram or Facebook, or having your parents do that, or using the hashtag UBC PlayLearn. I have so much fun running these sessions with you guys every week, and I love it when I get to see the things you're learning. So maybe if you didn't get a chance to do that earlier today, if you watch this video again on YouTube with your family, I would love to see some pictures of you all doing yoga together. All right, that's all I have for today, but I can't wait to see you guys out at another Play and Learn session. Have a good one. Bye bye.